everybody. How are you tonight? Okay, Larry, how's the sound? Is it better? Loud enough for you? I hope I figured out that I'm supposed to actually speak into the microphone. One of those things. Yep. Hi, Larry. And Linda is here. Good. And Gail, hey. And Helen, yes. There's everybody checking in with each other, saying howdy. Good. We're all good. I have your ear horn. That's good. I just couldn't do a channel. Too much stuff to do. It doesn't have to be this much stuff, Linda. It honestly doesn't have to be this much stuff. You can do it with a simple phone and, just a phone and recording and just posting, going live, but, uh, well, it just depends. Yeah, you can. Actually, you can. So, and going live is actually easier than doing pre-recorded stuff because pre-recorded stuff for me gets me going on stopping and correcting and fixing, and I have to stop myself in doing that. And then I forget to double check, make sure I got it all right. So if there's anything wrong on the premieres up for the next how many ever days starting tomorrow, yeah, just laugh it off. You're not deaf tonight. Good. There. Angela's here. Hey, and good to have you here. And Lupe is here. Yep, everybody's checked in. Good job, everybody. Nice to have you guys all here. Wow. It is always so much fun. And sometimes I sit down and think, oh, did I get everything all opened up and ready? And like tonight, I was charging. Oh, I was charging this little Ulanzi light that I have that I'm going to take with me to Mexico. And I had to charge it on my computer. So I had unplugged the microphone. And so I was going through my little checklist and there it was. It wasn't plugged in. So it's back in. So good. Yay. There, everything. Not deaf. All right. So the sound must be doing all right. Yes. Thumbs up, people. Thank you. Don't drink the water. What? Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, I know that. I know that real well about that kind of stuff. I got quite sick in Africa simply because I forgot and brushed my teeth with the water from the tap rather than using my bottled water, which they gave us and purified and everything like that. Oops. And I've been through all of that stuff, so it's gonna be. It is what it is. If you get sick, you get sick. You have the stuff with you to get you through it, and you definitely get through it. So tonight I have two things. I have a nonfiction cool book, as it's The Fearless Nature, which is it's an interesting book. I had never read it before. I found it and I thought, oh, this is cool. And then I am going to attempt to show you how to draw a sugar skull that I learned on the really easy kids thing, and to see. So while I'm gone, you guys can do your own sugar skulls. There's a lot of different ideas and ways to do it. Lupe could probably do a much better job than I can. So I'm going to do your basic Norwegian, Irish, German redhead who doesn't know anything about this, really just trying to do something fun for art. Yeah, we're going to take that. We'll see how that goes. So tonight, though, first we're going to start with this great story. Yeah, that's why you just drink tequila all the time when you're down there, because yeah, it's safer. And I'm going. I'm going with a very experienced traveler, so I don't really ever have to worry about things when I go with art, because I mean, in 2019 he was only home for 40 days out of the whole year. He travels that much. He's been to these places so many times and in so many places that most people have never. There's very few places in the world that he hasn't been. I mean, he was one of the, like I said, early people to go into the Amazon jungle to just to photograph tribes that had never been found before. And so, yeah, he's been doing this for a long time. So I'm not gonna I got a bottled water the other day. It was in an envelope, very difficult to drink. It kind of tasted like mucilage. Oh gosh, Larry. Patron for everyone. That's true. Patron for everyone. Okay. So this first story, like I said, or this story is called Shark Lady. And it is by a woman named Jess Keating. And there we go. Oh, come on. There she is. She says, "Hi, I'm Jess. I'm a big dream secret weapon you never knew you needed. I believe that creatives like you change the world and should be well paid for it." That's pretty cool. That's not her. Oh, that's not about her. That's her services, it seems like. Let's go back to the main page and get out of your head and into your passion. This must be something else that she does besides her books. Her books, here she has. Epic books for kids. About my books for my kids' books. Hi, if you're familiar with me at all, you know I'm about inspiring you to be courageous, confident, courageous in your world. My kids' books are no different. Browse below for my soul-infused kidlit library for readers of all ages. So she has a bunch. Ocean Speaks, Eat Your Rocks, Croc. I almost read that one night. The Elements of Genius. That's a series. Ooh, I should get that one for Ava. Oh, that looks like a good one. And Shark Lady is what I'm going to be reading tonight. So that's going to be fun. And it is illustrated by Marta Alvarez Miguens, I think. She says, what does she say about herself? Is an author and children's book illustrator living in Coruña, Spain. She graduated in psychology from the University of Santiago de Compostela in 2001. However, her real passion has always been drawing doodles in the margins of notebooks. How many of you are doodlers? Yes, I'm more of a doodler now than I ever was before. Marta debuts in 2002, writing and illustrating her first picture book, Como Está Gallinero, published by, I don't know. Since then, she has worked for several Spanish and international publishing houses. In 2007, her artwork was selected and exhibited at the Bratislava Biennial of Illustration. She's illustrated Shark Lady, the true story of how Eugene Clark became an ocean's most fearless scientist. And she was named one of the best children's books of 2017. So her portfolio, she has here, has some really, we've seen other illustrators that have this similar kind of style that it's in a sense, it's somewhat like Tommy DePaula, but a modernized and more edged, less muted tones. And it also has a more, a more dense picture to it. There's more things in the illustrations, but still very beautiful. I think you guys are going to like it. So let me get to that book here. And here we go with Shark Lady. The true story of how Eugene Clark became the ocean's most fearless scientist. What's the cover look like? Like that. That's great. I was going to see if it had what the illustrations were done in. It was Saturday, and Eugenie wanted to stay at the aquarium forever. She wanted to smell the damp, salty air and stare at the glittery rainbow of fish. She wanted to keep watching her favorite animals, the sharks. Eugenie pretended she was walking on the bottom of the sea. What would it be like to swim with the sharks? To breathe underwater with gills of her own? More than anything, she wanted to find out. With it standing vertically, most of the capsule-shaped mics are designed to speak into the side of the mic, not the end. Oh, well, this is supposed to be able to try that. See if that's any better. I'll tilt it up a bit. Is that any better, Larry? I think it's supposed to be this way. Maybe it's supposed to be this way. I'll have to ask Laura from Schurz. So, test that sound. Oh, that's lower, much lower. I see that. This is better. This is better. There we go. There we go. That's better. Okay. All right. I had it backwards. Okay. More than anything, she wanted to find out what it was like to walk on the bottom of the ocean. When the summer came, Eugenie's mother took her to swim at the beach in Atlantic City. Stuffing sticky gum to her ears to keep the water out, Eugenie dove down, down, down. The salt water stung her eyes, but she didn't want to miss a single fish. Constellations of sea stars speckled the pebbled sand. She imagined a silvery fin standing strong on her back, slicing through the ocean current. To others, sharks were ugly and scary, but Eugenie knew that they were beautiful. As she glided through the cool water, she wished everyone could see the sharks through her eyes. But the sharks were only in her mind for now. Eugenie decided to learn everything she could about them. I love how she superimposes, the illustrator superimposes the fish swimming over the shark swimming. This time, as she said, to learn everything she could about them. So she dove, this time, into books. Whale sharks, nurse sharks, tiger sharks, lemon sharks. Eugenie wanted to know about them all. She also joined the Queens County Aquarium Society as its youngest member. Eugenie's notebook filled with sharks. They swam in her daydreams and on the margins of her pages. At home, Eugenie's mother surprised her with an aquarium of her own. A 15-gallon tank was much too small for sharks, but Eugenie saved her allowance to buy guppies, clownfish, and coral red snails. It felt as big as an ocean in her room. The small apartment became an aquarium, a laboratory, and a sanctuary. As she grew older, many were still telling Eugenie what to do. Forget those sharks. Be a secretary. Be a housewife. Eugenie wanted to study zoology. But some of her professors thought women weren't smart enough to be scientists or brave enough to explore the oceans, and they said sharks were mindless monsters. Eugenie knew better. Her dream was as big as a whale shark, so again, Eugenie dove. She plunged into every course she could. Her laboratory became her home. From sunrise to sunset, she studied how fish grow, how they behave, and how they were put together both inside and out. Despite all the people who didn't believe in her, Eugenie was becoming one of the smartest students in her field. Even after she earned her degree, many still doubted her. Let's see. It's just trying to follow along on the conversation going on in the chat so I can Making sure I'm not missing anything. But Eugenie's work was just beginning. Eager to make discoveries of her own, Eugenie finally dove into the open ocean. In the Red Sea, Eugenie collected hundreds of fish, including 3 new species that had not been discovered before. What'd she find? A Red Sea sand diver. I am not going to try to. That's a Trichinotus niki, I think. A barred xenia pipefish. Seal. Oh gosh, Bob would know this. He loved marine biology. His dad did too. And volcano triplefin. Helcogramma vulcana. That's interesting. On a research mission exploring the Palau Islands, Eugenie was diving alone when she encountered her first ever wild shark. She wasn't afraid. Instead, she thought it was beautiful. In Isla Mujeres, she dispelled the myth that sharks must keep moving to stay alive when she swam through dark caves, still and silent, full of resting sharks. Eugenie's daring heart grew bolder with each dive. Soon they began to call her the Shark Lady. Eugenie had proven she was smart enough to be a scientist and brave enough to explore the oceans. As her courage grew, she began to love and understand her beloved sharks more and more, but she never forgot many still believe that sharks were mindless killers. Because of their scary reputation, humans were hunting sharks all over the world. And Eugenie knew that sharks weren't stupid or mean. She was determined to prove everyone wrong. Eugenie fished through her mind and devised a brilliant experiment. Could she train a shark the way a person trains a dog? Were sharks much smarter than anyone knew? They were. Eugenie was the first scientist in the world to train sharks and even learned they could remember their training for at least 2 months later. Sharks were not mindless killers. Sharks were beautiful. Sharks were smart. They deserved to be studied, protected, and loved. And Eugenie's dream was now a dream come true. Now it has all kinds of dangerous monsters. No way. There are over 400 species of shark, and of these, only about a dozen are known to be dangerous to human, and encounters are extremely rare. The truth is, despite their fearsome reputations, humans are much more dangerous to sharks than they are to us. Every year, humans kill more than 100 million sharks. It's important to treat sharks with respect, but there is no need to fear them. She once swam in a cave full of peaceful, resting sharks suspended in the water. But were they really sleeping? Sharks breathe by using their gills to extract oxygen from the water, and she noticed that the caves with sleeping sharks had more oxygen than usual. She believed this extra oxygen would make it easier for motionless sharks to breathe, so they didn't need to swim to pass water over their gills. Before confirming this discovery, most believed that sharks had to keep moving to stay alive. No toothbrush here. Sharks have impressive teeth. Arranged in rows along their gums, these teeth are constantly being grown and moving forward in their mouths like conveyor belts. Was Eugenie afraid of sharks because of their sharp teeth? No way. She was only bitten once in her life, and the encounter didn't happen underwater. Once on her way to school visit with on a way to a school visit with the mounted jaws of a tiger shark beside her in the car, Eugenie had to stop quickly at a red light. As she reached across the seat to stop the jars from tumbling forward, the teeth chomped onto her arm. Oh my God. They can move extremely fast in the water, and their secret to their speed is their skin. Shark skin is made up of dermal denticles, which are more like teeth than fish scales. Some swimsuit designers have even created swimsuits with mimic shark skin to help Olympians swim faster in the water. Yes, I remember when shark skin suits came out, and they actually they had them in the Olympics for a while, and then they banned them um, at one point because they made such a difference in the way that the swimmers go through the water. They're an amazing thing to feel. A shark skin swimsuit. They were the full body ones you saw them, and they're pretty advanced. And I'm not sure if they're still banned or not, but I think they are. Um, Big, small, and everything in between. There is an incredible variety of sharks. The smallest in the world is the dwarf lantern shark at under 7 inches long, and the world's largest, the whale shark, measures over 40 feet. Once Eugenie was swimming with these giants in the Sea of Cortez. One swam very close to her, so close that she was able to grab hold of it. She let it carry her for a long time until she finally let go when she realized she was very far away from the boat. Mermaid purses. Some sharks give birth to live young. Others, like the dogfish, produce unique egg sacs that sustain their young. These leathery sacs are known as mermaid purses, and they provide the young shark embryo with a safe place to grow. Sometimes it's possible to find mermaid purse on the shore if you look carefully. I remember being on Quadra Island in British Columbia. It's halfway up Vancouver Island and over in Quadra when I was young, and we were staying at a place that my parents we stayed at when every year my parents had friends that had built a resort up there, and we would first go up camping when we were little because my dad and all his buddies were helping Tom and I build the place, and then we we stayed there and going. I can remember water skiing off the dock, saltwater area, all having a great day water skiing, and then coming back that evening and going fishing off the dock and catching a dogfish off the dock where we'd been water skiing, and we all freaked out. It was harmless as a dogfish, but you catch a 3 foot, 4 foot dogfish off of the place where you've been dangling your feet in water skiing all day. It's a little weird, and then drop it into the water. Yeah. Life at the top. Sharks are apex predators. This means they're at the very top of the food chain in the ocean. Because of this, they play an important role in keeping food webs and prey populations in balance. Without sharks, ocean systems would collapse. Sharks are old, very old. The first sharks appeared over 400 million years ago, and their ancestors are still around today. They have survived 5 major extinction events, including one 65 million years ago that destroyed the dinosaurs. Wow. And here's a timeline. She was born May 4th of 1922. Um, Her mother was of Japanese descent, and her father passed away before Eugenie was 2 years old. 1931, she visited the aquarium for the first time. She earned her Bachelor of Zoology from Hunter College in 1942, so she was just 20. She earned her master's degree 4 years later, and she got her doctorate in zoology in 1950. So she got her bachelor's degree in 1942, and by 1950, 8 years later, she had her doctorate. Wow. She became a professor of zoology at the University of Maryland in 1968. And what's it go on to say? Let's see. In 1983, Egypt's first national park, the Ras Mohammed National Park, is established partly due to Eugenie's work in the area, strong advocate for conservation, and she loves the beauty and diversity of the Red Sea. She dives deep on her first trip In a submersive in her life, she will make over 70 submersible dives to explore the ocean deep. Let's see. In She celebrated her 92nd birthday by scuba diving with a group of divers in Jordan and Israel. And that was in May 2014. And February 25th, 2015, she passed away in her home in the company of her family. Wow. That's pretty amazing. She said, I wanted to tell Eugenie Clark's story for several reasons. As a scientist, Eugenie lived an incredible life full of hard work and passion and studying undying curiosity. Although her legacy, through her, she stood up for sharks and in the process stood up for herself. People assumed that sharks were evil and dumb. They also assumed that little girls shouldn't dream of swimming with them. On both accounts, she proved them wrong. That's yay! Eugenie's life emphasizes how we must never let the world tell us what we can and can't do. It's especially can't tell us how brave we will choose to be. I think this is an important message for young girls, boys, everyone to hear. And perhaps most importantly, as a member of the human race, I think Eugenie's belief in protecting the Earth species, no matter how different they are from us, is needed now more than ever. So it says there were many incredible tidbits about her life that I wasn't able to include in the book. She was the first to develop a shark repellent derived from flatfish to protect divers. She went on more than 70 submersible dives and even discovered a rare six-gilled shark. She's written about her adventures in several books and over 175 scientific journals and articles, and she's been featured in over 57 television programs. The Mota Marine Laboratory, for which Eugenie Clark acted as chair for scientific research, still exists. It's a place where young scientists can explore the ocean and discover Eugenie Clark's sharks and maybe find some more of their own. Wow, that's pretty cool. That is way cool. Whoops, wrong camera. There. Hi. There we go. There we go. So that is Shark Lady. I'm sure they... Are you... That is so... I have the microphone all the way up, and I'm talking right into it, and I have the sound all the way up. I don't understand this. And... the input is the sure there. It's there. And that is there. Huh. Okay. Well, they have signs used to watch with phone, tablet, TV. You're turned away. It's right here. It's like 2 inches from my mouth. So, okay. So what I'm going to do now after that book, I'm going to show you a sugar skull drawing, how to do this. And it's kind of I saw, that Kids Hub drawing that Layla and I always like to do. So this is kind of the thing. So I thought it would be fun because I'm going to Day of the Dead for you guys to be able to draw a sugar skull, maybe draw some and color some or do some. And when I get back, you can have different designs. There's so many ways on how to draw them, and the designs in sugar skulls are beyond amazing. Let's see. You can see on this, like, here's just a page with just a few of the multiple different kinds of designs and how elaborate you can get and how much you can put in them. The rows, the teeth, all the different, the shapes you can do. They're absolutely crazy fun. But I am going to try to do one and give instructions on this one like I tried a little to do this a little earlier. So we'll see how it goes. So if you have pencil and paper, you can join in. Woohoo! Okay, here we go. So the first part of this one is that it starts with the eyes, and you start with just 2 circles or ovals, or you can, as you saw in some of them, you can draw hearts or different kind of things you want to do for the eyes, because you can always put things inside them too and add to them. Like on this one, I can add a little more down here and add a little more down here if I wanted to. So that's the first thing, is you start with the eyes. Then the trick on this one that they showed was to turn it upside down and draw a heart for the nose, right in between the eyes, right there. I'm going to turn it back over, and there I've got my 2 eyes and my nose. I'll come back and do details later. Now comes the cheeks, and you start on just about halfway up the eye, and you go down and you swerve out a bit, and you come down underneath. Just it should be about at the level. Starting over. Hang on. Let me try this again. Back up. Circle. Circle. You guys laughing, I hope. No, I went too far down. I got excited. That's right. It goes. That's right. Starts up here, goes out, and comes down just at the base of the nose, just a little bit below the nose, and right in the center of the eye. There we go. They're not exactly even, but they'll do. There we go. And then you get to do the top of the skull, and you start from down at the bend in the cheek, and you go up as high as you want to make a skull. I've made better, but that one will do. It could be more rounded. Okay. And then we're going to do the cheeks. And they come down right here. I think it's the cheeks, yips. We did the cheeks. Oh, we did the cheeks. This is the side of the mouth. That's right. The side of the mouth right there. Okay. So far, so good. And then we are going to do a U shape that connects under here. And inside that U shape, connecting that mouth part, is this part here, which is part of the mouth. Kind of comes like that, an angle. And what we're missing is part of the mouth that's going to miss the teeth. So we're going to connect here, draw a single line down the center, and then 2 shorter lines on each side. And then you start on the outside edge, and you do bumps to bump to bump to bump to bump, and the same at the bottom. Okay. And now you got your basic shape. Yours is probably much better than mine, but it's a skull. It can be any kind of way. There's also some that are simpler that have a little, as you saw in, let's see. This that showed a different kind of space and a different kind of drawing right there, over here. Yeah, see, like that one, or this kind of shape, or that a little more. This is more like that one. Okay, so we're going to go back to my drawing page. Oh, I lost my mouse. There. Okay, now we're going to put a design in the eye. I'm going to do a flower. I start with a little circle there. And I just petals up, petal down. And this is where you just start to design. And I'm going to do on the cheek. And I'm going to can add different kind of designs there. Can be maybe a flower if you wanted. I'm doing kind of like little, oh, I don't know. They're not even. They could be additional flowers or different type of things. I'm going to, up on the top, this is kind of crooked, so I'm going to do a here, maybe another there, make some. And I might do some more petals. Can add a different kind of design there. It might be a leaf or something that you want to add. Let's see. I'm going to put circles around the eyes. And then I think I'm going to do a it has leaves here. And then I want something here, but I don't know what to put up. Let's see, what could I do? Around his mouth. Oh, I could put another. There we go. Like that. So then you color it in with really brightly colors. Like I did one earlier. I did this one earlier. And it was a better shape. But then you color it in with all kinds of different, you can color in the shapes and the different kind of things with different kind of things. They work really well with oil pastels or with this, these are these Lyra, they got a good marigold color, which is and then you just keep coloring it. You can make it as fancy or unfancy as you like. You can have things bright, maybe leaves if you want them to be leaves. But just color it in and have some fun. So that's the idea behind it, is that you fill it in with as many different kinds of designs that you can think of, from hearts to flowers to spirals. You can even, yeah, that's another thing you could do. He could have like a spiral here. And more things, and then you can color it in. They're fun. I'm sure yours will be much better. And I might go back and retry this one that I started on and see what I can do to rescue it. Let's see, what can I do to rescue this one? Started there, and I came down. Too low. But I could still give him a chin like this. And a head. So he could still be rescued. He just has a little bit different kind of, let's see. There we go. I could do them differently. Yeah, I could rescue him. Make sure he had, and this one could have hearts inside his eyes, or her eyes, and maybe a teardrop there, and do some flowers. But he always, the cheeks are always kind of fun because something that's always off the side. So you can do different kind of stuff that you want to do. Not quite the artist that Larry is while you're doing stuff, and that he can just draw online and paint something. But it's still kind of fun, you know? So then you can take it and do all kinds of wonderful things. Color them in. Have a great time with it. So that's what I want you guys to do. Have a great time while I'm gone. Make a few sugar skulls. I want to see them when I get back. See what you can do. I'm sure they'll be fantastic. But I will be heading out tomorrow for Oaxaca. So, woohoo. That's it with the sugar skulls tonight. Let's see. There is it going to... There I am. Oops. And that one. Go back to me. So that's it with my pictures of sugar skulls. You guys draw some. There, and over the next 2 weeks or 10, 11 days that I'm gone, there is a show every night for you guys, a premiere for you. I've got them all scheduled, set, ready to go. Hopefully the sound is better for you on those and that you can hear them. But some of them are about Dia de los Muertos, some are not. But it'll give you a little sense. Some are some Halloween, some are just who knows what for. So wooden and felt cutouts you can trace around them. She cheats. No, get the message across, but it will be hard to pill to swallow when you are trying to work out the issues and it's not happening right away. About 3 feet away from the gain and additional applied via the app. It's something to consider. Yeah, I it was supposed to have come today, the adapter to make this fit into this stand for it. And I know, yeah. I I still need to neatly read more on this, and I'll get it figured out. Don't worry about it, you guys. I want to know if it's not working. My phone is crazy quiet as it's Galaxy. Plus, TV works way better. And if you get yourself a Bluetooth speaker to connect to your phone, you would be really happy with sound. Okay. Okay. Plants all day. Ooh, packages arriving. Yay. Important business to be sure. Always leave covering plants to the last minute. And I'll kick myself for waiting so long and then say next year I'll do it earlier. Oh, my sister had plants freeze just the other day in Yakima. So, yep. Even for immature. Yeah, the skulls I painted needed embellished. The paint dried quite dull. You know, you could really embellish those, Angie, with gold and silver and things like that, and some of the colors. You could some sparkle stuff with that, and add some of the details that they tend to put in sugar skulls. It's gonna be kind of fun. Exists a pair. Be safe, enjoy some sweetbread. I will. Yes, I'm excited to have sweetbread. And I'm also excited to have mole because Oaxaca is well known for their mole, and that's, like I said, it's my favorite. That would work better. Nonsense. I have dulce la leche, but not had that. Oh, squasher gourd. Oh my goodness. My goodness. Okay, you guys. I got there and I saw what everybody's been saying. You guys, thank you so much for being here and for checking in with me. If this doesn't work, I'll go back to the lavalier, but I'm not sure why it was working and then it's not. I don't know what I did. But other good news is I'm all packed. Yeah, I'm all packed, which is a miracle in and of itself. Got all that stuff. So, you guys, I will miss you, but have fun with each other on the premieres and take care. And I will see you. I'll try to stop in when I can, but a lot of our event things that we're going to be doing are in the evening, street photography, going to the parades and in the graveyards and whatnot. So, and in the churches. So I might be kind of busy during that time out with the group, but I will take pictures. I will send messages when I can, and I'll be thinking of you. So everybody have a great couple weeks, and keep in touch on the premieres with each other. They're just for you guys. So take care. And until next time, keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. It's all around you. You'll find it first when you go look in your mirror. And then go fill another bucket from somebody else, for somebody else. You guys fill mine all the time. That's why I can do this, because my bucket gets filled by you guys all the time. So take care. Oh, are you kidding? It's not happening.
In the heat of the night, we could get lost in all the lights and sounds. Feeling alright, we won't go home, we will just stay here downtown. There's not just stars on the boulevard, they're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards,
The Frankenstein hands are another video overlay from Canva.
There in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards. I just need you by my side. We could be shameless, famous, running cool.
Bob was over here dancing in the hallway, which is pretty funny because he doesn't dance real good. He's doing this. He's pretty excited about going on this trip with me.
We could be famous. We could be famous. We could be famous. We could be shameless, famous, running cool, with a love that leaves us weightless. Ooh, drop dead gorgeous.
Thanks, Larry.
Ooh, you got me feeling starstruck too. We could be famous.
So he's got all these
We could be famous.
emojis. I can never type them that fast.
We could be famous. We could be famous.
See you guys. I'll be back on the 5th live.